So hello bachcho, welcome to Fun Scholar Academy. So in the previous lecture we have learned about what is circulatory system, what are the different components of circulatory system, right? What is blood, how many types of blood vessels are there, what is plasma, etc. So today we will be continuing what are the different types of blood vessels and what is blood vessels. In the previous lecture, I have already told you that the blood is being carried by three different types of pipes. These pipes are known as blood vessels. The blood flows across the body through the blood vessels, which are the blood pipes. These are tube-like structures that run all over our body like a network. This also I have shown you in the previous class. How? Just let us review. See, it is forming a network. The blood vessels are dividing and subdividing and forming network. So, this only we have learned that blood vessels carry blood. They form a network-like structure. Okay, and the blood vessels are of three types we have learned in our previous class. These are arteries, second is veins, and third is capillaries. Now let us see how these three pipes or these three blood vessels are different from one another. Arteries. What does artery do? I have told you in the previous class, arteries carry blood away from the heart. So away means taking blood which is being filled with nutrition, which is being filled with oxygen, and they carry or spread throughout our body. So, what is the function of artery? The main function of artery is to carry blood away from the heart. Now, let's read. Arteries are elastic and thick-walled blood vessels. Mark this point. I have told you there are three kinds of pipe. The pipe with the thick-walled blood vessels are known as artery. Just look at this picture. Look at the wall. This is so much thick, isn't it? Let me change the color. See, it is thick. Again, let me change the color. See, the wall is so much thick. And what it carries? It carries oxygen. Okay? So now let's read again. Arteries are what? They are thick elastic blood vessels which carry what? Oxygenated blood or the blood containing oxygen from where to where? From the heart towards our body. They carry oxygen and nutrients rich blood or pure blood from the heart to different parts of the body. Okay, now there is an exception. Okay, that exception is known as pulmonary artery. Just you have to add the word pulmonary in front of artery. When you add pulmonary, this artery carries what? This artery will carry carbon dioxide rich blood or deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood means no oxygen and amount of carbon dioxide is more over here. Okay. Now the name of the largest artery. We will come to this point in our next slides. But for now, you just know the name that the largest artery is called aorta. What? Aorta. A for artery, A for aorta. So arteries carries oxygenated blood, and if I add pulmonary with the artery, it becomes pulmonary artery, which carries what? Opposite to artery, deoxygenated blood, and the largest artery is named as aorta. Okay? See, the wall of the artery is so much thick. So it carries, because why? When the heart pumps, when the heart pumps, when the heart pumps blood, what happens? So much of pressure is being formed. Okay, so to pump, when you pump something, a pressure is required. So heart needs to give extra pressure. So the blood flow through the artery is more in comparison to veins. That is why the wall of the arteries are thick. Just relate one thing with another. Just see the magic of nature, how nature has created. It has so much of thoughts to make artery, vein, any kind of system, any kind of organism in this world. Why arteries are thick? Because the blood pressure, when it pushes the oxygenated blood towards the body, the pressure is very high. So the artery has to be thick walled so that it can withstand that pressure. Understood? Okay. Now, next comes what? Next comes veins. So the vein carries blood from the body towards the heart. So here the pressure is automatically lesser in comparison to artery. So what will veins do? Veins will have a thin elastic wall. Just look the wall. It is thin in comparison to artery, isn't it? It is thin in comparison to artery. Okay, so veins have thinner and less elastic wall than arteries. Why? Because here the blood pressure is less in comparison to artery. Next, what is the function of vein? Opposite to artery. If arteries carries oxygenated blood, then vein will carry what? Deoxygenated blood. Okay, so the vein carries carbon dioxide rich blood or deoxygenated blood to the heart. Veins carry blood towards the heart. And what kind of blood? Deoxygenated blood. Okay, now again exception. If I add pulmonary in front of veins, it will become pulmonary veins, which is again the exception case. And in case of exception, how it will work? If veins carry deoxygenated blood, then obviously pulmonary veins will carry what? Oxygenated blood. And the largest vein of our body is known as vena cava. V for veins, V for vena cava. A for arteries, largest artery is aorta. V for veins, V for vena cava. Vena cava is the largest vein of our body. Clear? I hope it is clear. Now next. Next comes capillaries. So what did I say about the capillaries? Capillaries are the middle point where arteries and veins connect. Why this connection is necessary? So that oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood can be exchanged between the arteries and veins from the other parts of the body. So let's read. Capillaries are extremely thin hair-like tubes. See, This is the artery, this is the vein. Then it branches, forms the venules, then it branches and forms the arterioles. And in the middle part, the junction of artery and vein is known as capillaries. Now, what is the function of capillaries? Just now I have told you, they help in exchange of gases, nutrients and waste materials between the blood and cell of the body. Between blood and cell of the body, because the things the blood carries are ultimately, why do they carry this thing? So that the cell get nutrition, oxygen, etc. And why they need nutrition? For their growth and development. Why do they need oxygen? For respiration. Okay, this blood vessels connect the arteries and the veins. This I have already told you. This is the cell. So capillaries help arteries and veins. How? They help in the exchange of gases, nutrients, waste materials from blood and cell. Blood and cell. Right? Okay. Now heart. Okay. Now just see, look at the picture how heart is being located in our body. See, it is located inside the rib cage. Inside the rib cage. If you touch this part of your body, you will find that there are ribs. Like this kind of structures are present. This is what? This is rib cage. Rib cage. And I have told you heart is of conical shape, but this conical shape is slightly tilted towards the left. Okay, and it is located above the lungs and behind the rib cage. Okay, now let's read. So the most important organ for circulation, I have told you, is what? Nothing but our heart. It keeps pumping from the embryonic stage till we die. Once the heart stops pumping, we will die. So it is the most vital organ of our body. Okay. So if they ask you, what is the location of heart? Location of heart. So what is the location? Just now I have told you. It lies between the lungs. See, here the lungs, it lies between the lungs, right? It lies between the lungs and slightly towards the left side. This is my left side, so slightly towards the left side. If I consider it as conical shape, so it will be like this, right? So it lies between the lungs and slightly towards the left side of the chest. Okay. And do you know another important and interesting thing about heart is that your heart is the size of your fist. Okay. If you have a larger fist, that means your heart is of that size. If you take a child and hold it in this way, his or her fist will be smaller than mine. So that will be the fist of the child. So when you grow, your heart also grows in size. When I was little, my heart was not this large. Now I am adult, so my heart is of this shape. Okay? Everyone's heart is of the size of their fist. So such an interesting thing nature has made, right? Okay. Another thing, why there is rib cage? Why there is rib cage is surrounding the heart? Why do you wear raincoat? Why do you wear clothes? Why do you have hair? You have all these features. Why? To protect yourself from external damage. Now, heart is such an organ that pumps for 24 hours throughout your lung. Okay. So, it has to be protected in a safe security box or a locker. You keep your valuable things in a locker, then you lock it, and the locker is made up of something hard. So the rib cage actually protects the heart from any external damage. That is why the heart is being covered, or the heart located inside the rib cage of our body. Okay? Now let's read. The heart is the most important organ to the circulatory system. I've told you. It lies between the lungs and slightly towards the left side of the chest. Okay, I have told you. It is about the size of your fist. Just now I have told you this. And is protected by rib cage. This also I have told you. The heart beats continuously to pump blood to all parts of the body. I have told you. As the heart has to work non-stop throughout the life, it has thick walls made up of strong muscle, just like the arteries. So much pressure is there on heart. It is working non-stop, always, even when you are sleeping. So it has to be very strong and powerful. That is why the wall is strong, the muscles are thick, okay, of the heart. Why? So that it can work always. Okay, can you just believe it has no time to sleep, it has no time to do any other thing? Can you just function without playing, sleeping, taking rest? Just think about heart. Heart does pumps always, non-stop. So such a big function of heart. And just think how interesting and how fascinating it is that nature has created heart for us, for the living person. Okay, now the heart is divided into 4 chambers. It is written over here, right? So what is the meaning of chamber? Since you are in a smaller class, so I will try to make you understand through a diagrammatic way, so that the concept is clear to you. It is a very difficult structure of the heart, you can see. So it is very difficult for you to understand. So let us understand in an easier way. Suppose this is a box. Okay, this is a box. I am dividing the box into 2 parts. This side is right. Now why is this side right, ma'am? It seems left. Because when you are standing in this position, just see, this is your right side and this is your left side. So then this is your right or not? Exactly. And this side is left, right? That is why we are writing right in the left side and left in the right side. So don't get confused. You watch the video, you just compare me with the words written above. Right is written in the right, left is written in the left. Okay? So right and left. Now I am dividing again from the middle. Okay. Now just tell me, A comes before or V comes before? A comes before. V comes after A. So just remember, this is upper one is atrium, which begins with A. This is also atrium, and I said V comes after A. So this is ventricle. This is ventricle. Okay, now let's read. Right atrium, right ventricle. Left atrium, left ventricle. Now let us see. The heart from inside is divided into 4 chambers. How many rooms are there? How many chambers are there? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right? Now see. The upper 2 and lower 2. Right? Upper 2, lower 2. The upper thin wall chambers are called auricles or atria or atrium. Singular form atrium, plural form atria or auricle. So I have written atrium. And the lower thick wall chambers are called ventricles. I have written ventricle. Okay, on the basis of their position, they are referred to as left atrium, right atrium, left ventricle, right ventricle. Isn't it easy? You have learned how to write this. Okay. The left part of the heart is separated from the right part by a wall-like structure called septum. So which one will be the septum? This portion, this separation is a wall-like structure which keeps the right side and left side. They do not let this to mix up. This part is known as what? This part is known as septum. Now just look at this picture. What I have done, is it similar? Right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle, and this wall is septum. Done? This much for this. Now just see another two things. It is written over here TV and it is written over here MP. Okay. So TV is a path, okay, through which blood from here goes to this part. Okay. It acts as a valve. Okay. It opens like this, blood goes, it closes, blood stops going. Okay. So this TV is known as tricuspid valve because it has three valves. Tricuspid valve because it has three valves. Okay, like this, like this, like this. So three doors are there through which blood passes from right atrium to right ventricle. Similarly, from left atrium to left ventricle, there are only two valves. Only two valves. And these are known as mitral. Another name is bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve. Bi means two, tri means three. So in the first right side, there is a road or there is a passage. There is three roads through which blood passes. This is known as tricuspid valve. And in the left side, from left atrium to left ventricle, there are only two roads which are known as mitral or bicuspid valve. I hope you have understood this concept clearly now. Okay. Now there is what is heartbeat and what is pulse rate. You might have seen this kind of diagram sometimes, or maybe even you haven't seen. Okay. This is our heartbeat. Okay. This thing what you are seeing is known as echocardiography. Okay, this wave shows that your heart is working right or wrong. Okay. Okay. So see, the heart pumps blood by contraction and relaxation. This I have already shown you in your previous class, that how the heart pushes. This is contract and this is relax. This is contract, this is relax. So you know the heart pumps blood in this way throughout its four chamber. Just now we have learned about how this four chamber works. So this cycle of contraction and relaxation forms a sound. Okay, if you just put your hand in your chest for some time and sit quietly, you can feel that your heart is doing dip dip, dip dip, dip dip. This sound is known as what you know? This sound is known as heartbeat. And due to this heartbeat, this thing is being formed in the computer. So the cycle, you know what is cycle? One thing starting from one place and again coming back to the same place. So heart is beating, contracting, expanding, and this is continuing. So this cycle of contraction and relaxation forms a sound tick 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 tick. This is known as what? Heartbeat. Now you know what is heartbeat? Clearly, the sound produced by the heart is the heartbeat. Okay? Next. Next is heartbeat refers to the number of heartbeats per minute. It is about 70 to 80 times in a minute for a healthy person. This is very important. Okay, how many times your heart beats per minute? In 1 minute, it will beat 72 to 80 times. Okay, and this heartbeat is measured by an instrument which is known as stethoscope. This you have seen whenever you have visited a doctor. Doctors often put a thing in their ear, a black color thing, and they have a disc like structure, and they ask you to breathe in and breathe out. Then they see what is happening in your lungs, inside your chest, right? You have seen this instrument so many times. So what this instrument does, today you have known, it actually sees how your heart is beating. Okay? And what is how many times does your heart beat in a minute? 70 to 80 times. And varies from person to person. Now pulse rate. You know that the heart beats 70 to 80 times. Okay, just see what they are doing. They are pressing their thumb. Okay, so if you press your thumb over here and sit quietly, and you can feel that something is throbbing here. Okay, a kind of heartbeat kind of thing is happening here. This is nothing but your pulse rate or pulse. Every time the heart pumps blood, it flows through. It flows through the artery with force. You know this. So the arteries stress and relax continuously. The arteries also contract and relax continuously. This stressing and relaxing of arteries is known as what? Throbbing. Just now I have told you. Okay, just like heart, but it is not heartbeat. So the arteries also like heart, they contract and expand, and they produces a sound that is known as pulse. Okay, so you can press here and just measure your pulse. It will also be 70 to 80 times per minute per times per minute. Okay, which shows what? Again, your pulse shows that how many heartbeats you are happening. The way the heart is also contracting, relaxing, the arteries are also contracting and relaxing, and they are producing a throbbing sound that is nothing but pulse or pulse rate. Done? See, so many arteries are there. See, the number of times the throbbing of arteries occurs per minute is known as nothing but pulse rate. So in 60 seconds, what will happen? 70 to 80 times it will throb. Okay, the pulse rate of a normal healthy person, I have told you already, each heartbeat generates a pulse in the arteries, therefore heartbeat rate is same as pulse rate. Just now I have explained this. As much as time the heart contracts and relax, same thing happens with the pulse rate also. Okay, so heartbeat, pulse rate, both are equivalent or equal. Okay, so please do this experiment on your own and tell me in the comment section that what is your heartbeat and pulse rate. So interesting fact is that your heart beats around 1,15,000 times per day. Just imagine the number 1,15,000 times per day. So you can note this factopedia. Now see circulation of blood. Okay. Circulation of blood. See. First see. Just see. First your body. Okay. From your body, what does body do? Veins come and collect deoxygenated blood. Okay. Veins come and they collect deoxygenated blood. From where? From the body. Okay. Now it goes to vena cava. What is vena cava? You know, largest vein. Right? So all the small veins and from the capillaries, the blood goes to the heart. And in the heart, through where? By where? By vena cava. Okay? First from vena cava, it will go to the right atrium. Because just see, if I draw the sketch, right atrium is the first chamber of the heart. And it comes through vena cava. So from right atrium, via these three roads, what are the name of the three roads? The name is tricuspid valve. It goes to right ventricle. This is right ventricle. Firstly from body via veins to larger vein, and the name of the largest vein is vena cava. From vena cava to right atrium. Then through the three roads which are known as tricuspid valve, they go to right ventricle. From right ventricle, what happens? Pulmonary artery comes. What is its function? To carry deoxygenated blood. Right? Now you see, what does pulmonary arteries do? They carry deoxygenated blood sent by the veins to the heart to where? Lungs. Where CO2 is being given out and O2 is taken in. So the blood is now rich in O2 after the carbon dioxide is being released. So now the blood will carry what? The blood will carry oxygen. Again comes the exceptional vein, whose function is to carry oxygenated blood. Okay, after this, where the blood went? To lungs. Now from lungs, the blood will come here by pulmonary veins. This is pulmonary artery. To where? Left atrium. See, to left atrium, the blood came. After that, there will be two roads through which from left atrium, the blood will come to left ventricle. Just see, bicuspid valve, which represents the two roads, and where it went from left atrium to left ventricle. After that, the largest artery comes into function, which is known as aorta. And why does we need aorta here? Because it is the place where the maximum force is being done by the heart to push the blood throughout the body. Through aorta, the blood will again go to all the tissues via all the smaller arteries. Right? So let me revise once again. From body, the veins carry blood to the largest vein known as vena cava. While vena cava blood goes to right atrium. Then there are three roads. Three means tri. So tricuspid valve sends the blood to the right ventricle. Then comes what? Exceptional artery which carries deoxygenated blood, that is pulmonary artery to the lungs. Why to lungs? So that the gaseous exchange takes place between the lungs and the environment. You give out the carbon dioxide and inhale the oxygen. Now the oxygenated blood is again carried by the exceptional vein, which is pulmonary vein. Then it goes to the left atrium by the pulmonary vein. Now there are only two roads by which the blood can pass, that are bicuspid valve or mitral valve. By that it comes to the left ventricle, then comes to function what? The largest artery. Why? Because when the heart will push the blood, the maximum pressure can only be taken by the largest artery, which is nothing but largest name is aorta, and after that it spreads through various arteries to all the blood cell. This is the process of blood circulation in our human body. I think you have understood the concept. If not, then watch the video again to make your concept clear. Now see, what is blood circulation? The continuous flow of blood inside the body is known as blood circulation. The left atrium receives oxygen-rich or oxygenated blood from the lungs, right? The left atrium then sends this blood to the left ventricle. See, this is pulmonary veins which carries oxygenated blood. From here, the blood goes to left atrium. This is bicuspid valve. That means there are two roads by which it comes to the left ventricle. From here, the blood is being pushed through aorta, and the aorta then separates into branches of arteries. Okay. The left atrium then sends this blood to the left ventricle. The left ventricle then sends oxygenated blood to different organs of the body through the aorta, which is nothing the largest artery. Okay. Now next. See, this is a diagrammatic view I have drawn from lungs, right ventricle, right atrium. Okay, sorry, my mistake. From body to right atrium, then to right ventricle, then towards lungs, from lungs to left ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle, and then to the body. Okay. The blood provides oxygen and nutrients to all the body cell. It also collects carbon dioxide from this cell and transfers it to the lungs. This exchange of material takes place in the capillaries. The right atrium of the heart receives carbon dioxide rich blood from all the parts of the body through the largest vein known as vena cava. Okay. So I think you have understood it well and good. See the picture of human heart, how this things takes place. You can take the screenshot. It is a easier picture for you to draw. The pink color shows oxygenated blood and the blue color shows deoxygenated blood. The right atrium then sends blood to the right ventricle. This blood contains less oxygen, hence is known as deoxygenated blood. The deoxygenated blood is sent by right ventricle to the lungs for purification through pulmonary arteries. In the lungs, it gives out carbon dioxide and takes in oxygen. The oxygen-rich blood returns to the left side of the heart to be pumped out again by the arteries. The thing I have explained you is written in such a big language which I have explained easily to you via diagram. Okay. Now, if you don't do exercise, if you don't do your daily routine or you maintain yourself, there you may get heart diseases, right? So to maintain your heart or save from your heart from any disease, you must sleep sufficiently, do exercise, do not smoke or take alcohol, stay hydrated, monitor your heart rate, and you should eat and do yoga and meditation. If you do all these things, then your heart will always be healthy. Okay, ways, how ways, just I have shown you that you should avoid oily food, you should eat good, you should sleep well, you should do exercise and quit junk food, do not smoke, then do not eat too much fatty food. Okay, if you restrict all this, then it will be better for your heart. Okay. Okay, something again it is written, eat balanced diet, avoid eating fried and oily food, exercise. Some asanas are also given, Gomukhasana, Vrikrasana, etc. to keep your body healthy and strong. Okay. Yes, thank you. That's it for today. I think the circulatory system is very much clear to you now. If you have any problem, please write your queries in the comment section. See you in the next class with a new session, with a new chapter. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Good night.